Today's tropical weather update is brought to you by State Insurance Company Limited. Live in a better state of mind.
Well, hello there. I'm meteorologist Leonard Josiah with the Antigua and Barbuda Meteorological Services. It's the 14th day of the month of October, and thanks for joining us. It's your usual tropical weather update. Before I go on, let me take this opportunity to say just a word of thank you to all those individuals who would have reached out to us during the passage of Tropical Storm Jerry. Yeah, we at the Met Office, we did suffer a mishap, but what matters most to you and us is that we are back online serving you. It's a joy just to return, and we're going to be paying closer attention to our tropical weather update. We'll take a look at the National Hurricane Center's homepage for today. The Lone Ranger is actually Tropical Storm Lorenzo. Where is at? We're looking at Tropical Storm Lorenzo right there. We are in the Eastern Caribbean, the Leeward Islands to be more specific. We have the islands further towards the south, which includes the Windward Islands, Barbados, and Trinidad and Tobago. We're taking you all the way out to the coast of Africa. This is the main development area with respect to us here in the Eastern Caribbean that we pay very close attention to. So when we see something like this in the main development area, you would really want to pique your interest. But for right now, we can tell you that Tropical Storm Lorenzo is on its way out towards the open Atlantic. It's not forecast to come across us. The weak high pressure system really is going to be taking it out to the open Atlantic, so there are no tropical storm alerts, tropical storm watches or warnings for us to worry about. Yes, it's in the main development area. You're seeing the clouds associated with it, suffering some wind shear. Not necessarily well organized at all, but nonetheless it's a tropical storm, and this morning it's forecast to head out to sea. Now we are taking a look at another tropical wave right here. Yeah, the models are toying with the idea that possibly this tropical wave is forecast to move towards the west rather briskly, and yes, it's forecast to possibly encounter some favorable weather conditions, and some tropical development possibly can take place. Now, that is the hint by some of the more notable models, but right now the National Hurricane Center has not flagged it, so we're just going to be paying closer attention to it over the days upcoming. But yet still is a tropical wave that we're going to be monitoring very, very closely. Now, closer to home, we're seeing another tropical wave right here. Islands further towards the south, which include Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, and the southern Windward Islands. Some clouds are associated with it right now. They're having some cloudy periods across those general locations, but yet still nothing much for them to worry about. We're going to be seeing some passing showers, some localized thunderstorms might be also in the midst of that. But for us in the Leeward Islands, we're looking at the Leeward Islands, Antigua and Barbuda included, and the Virgin Islands right here, the British Virgin Islands. We're inundated with drier weather conditions, and with that, we are not going to be saying for us to anything in the context of tropical cyclone formation. So we're going to be, the only thing that we're going to be paying close attention to is this tropical wave, and it will become clearer in time. What will it do? Well, if you're in the Caribbean Sea, you're not seeing any much of a do right now. You're seeing a weak trough here, and this weak trough here is forecast to drift on towards the west, but it's closely linked to this frontal trough. Now, the reason why I'm homing in on this frontal trough is because of the fact that the weather conditions, and in the context of your tropical weather, is going to be flipping. Most of these weather conditions right now are going to be drifting closer to us in the Eastern Caribbean islands, and because of that, let's take a look at what is likely to take place in the next couple of days. Now, this is your American deep layered moisture coming from the GFS. We're here in Antigua and Barbuda and the rest of the Leeward Islands and islands further towards the south. Take a look at the line. It's forecast to to drift further towards us, and the moisture content of the atmosphere is forecast to deepen as we get on into the weekend. So even though we are seeing drier conditions right now, drier conditions right now, the weekend looks rather cloudy from Thursday, Friday, going on into Saturday. It really looks really cloudy for us in the Leeward Islands, the British Virgin. As a matter of fact, the whole Eastern Caribbean, we're going to be seeing the merger of the moisture, a tropical wave coming from the east, and this frontal trough sinking down from the Western Caribbean is forecast to meet right here. Take a look at it again. Frontal trough moving towards the east, an area of tropical moisture will merge with it. This line will perch right over us here in Antigua and Barbuda and the rest of the Leeward Islands. Islands further towards the south, you're going to be having an increased chance of showers definitely as we go on into the next couple of days. So let's put it closer as we see exactly what is likely to take place. Let's go by day with it. So tomorrow, we're looking at Tuesday and on Wednesday. This is your 24-hour rainfall accumulation. So we're going to be ending it on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. So between today and tomorrow, hardly anything that's going to be taking place. You're seeing the rain canopy of tropical storm Lorenzo out here that is forecast to head out. This tropical wave is located right here. Spotty showers over the southern Windward Islands, Barbados, and Trinidad and Tobago. But take a look at what we are seeing around Antigua and Barbuda, and also the Leeward Islands, British Virgin Islands, westwards to Puerto Rico. Well, the next 24 hours hardly much things for us to talk about, but I want you to pay close attention to this particular line. Then we're going to advance it. We're going to be looking at Wednesday and on Thursday. Take a look at this line right here. This line begins to sink closer to us. Then we have some tropical moisture from that tropical wave inching up. Take a look at where we are. The Leeward Islands right here. We're looking at the British Virgin Islands. They're in a drier spot, but already you could see that we are trending to a wetter regime coming on Thursday, Friday, and to Saturday. But for us, Thursday, this is the area to watch in the context of rainfall accumulation over us here in the Twin Island state. Now let's go on. Friday going on into Saturday. Let's Thursday and Friday. The line gets even more denser. We're looking at increase not only the chance of showers, but we're looking at the increased accumulation around the Leeward Islands, Antigua and Barbuda included. The northern Windward Islands, they're also within the rain shield. We're looking at this line. This line is still inching, but the unstable weather conditions from Thursday and on Friday, already you could see the accumulation of rainfall, possibly in the region of 24-hour rainfall accumulation, possibly in the region of 1.5 to 2 inches of rainfall for us here in the Eastern Caribbean Islands. Then let's go on into Friday and on Saturday. That line still lingers. So you're seeing the frontal trough already sinking towards the south. Now this frontal trough signals that we possibly might be having an early end to the hurricane season, because these fronts are already sinking towards the south. Take a look at that tropical wave by Saturday going on into Sunday, or Friday going on to Saturday. The intertropical convergence zone and a tropical wave. Yeah, we're having a lot of precipitation down there, but for us in the Eastern Caribbean Islands, that front is certainly well within our range. So we're looking at transitioning from today going on into the next couple of days into a wetter regime. We're going to be paying closer attention to it, not necessarily because of tropical cyclone formation, but the likelihood of what we're likely to see in the context of rainfall, and whether or not there may be some flooding in the midst of it. But we're going to be paying closer attention to it. Okay, but for closer to home, we're looking at the Eastern Caribbean Islands, we're looking at the British Virgin Islands, the Leeward Islands, but for today, we're looking at these clouds right here. The tropical wave is still outside here, but the moisture and instability continues to generate some clouds over the southern Windward Islands, Barbados, and to a lesser extent, Trinidad and Tobago. So if you're flying in this general general location, look out for some clouds. For us in the Leeward Islands, even in the northern Windward Islands, closer to home, we're looking at hardly anything for us to worry about. We're looking only for some patches of low-level clouds being pushed over us by the moderate easterly trade. Some passing light showers could be in the making further towards the west. Nothing much for them to worry about. We're taking you all the way out to Jamaica, even the Cuba, Hispaniola. Nothing in the context of tropical cyclone formation. So in the next 24 hours, everything should be on the down low. It looks rather quiet for us here in the Leeward Islands. Well, let's say to you that if you're on the outside, we want to thank you for sending those pics to us. Remember that your eyes are our eyes. Remember that you can send those pics and videos to abmsiwatch@gmail.com. That's abmsiwatch@gmail.com. And let me thank those of you who have engaged with us by sharing those pics. Keep those pics coming. We want to engage with you. We are your friends, the Antigua and Barbuda Meteorological Services. We are on Instagram, you're on Facebook, YouTube, and on X. Take a look at your hotline number and your website information. Continue to monitor with us and you stay ready. The weather will always change, as I always say, but keep on weathering your weather. Whether you like it or not, we gotta respond to the weather. I am Leonard Josiah, wishing you a safe and productive Tuesday.
Today's tropical weather update has been brought to you by State Insurance Company Limited. Live in a better state of mind.